Hi everybody, Gert Louw from Cape Town. Welcome to another video. One of the most frequent comments that I get on my videos is, "Hi Gert, I'm over 40 and I'm training so intensely in the gym, but my body's not responding. What am I doing wrong?" Now don't get me wrong, these guys are really training hard and they're really training intensely, but they're over 40 or over 50 and their body just simply does not seem to respond. And then they want to know, "Gert, but why is it working for you and not for me?" And that is usually the point where many start screaming steroids. Okay, now let me give you the rundown as to why my body is responding to the training. I'm 56 years old, and why yours is not responding. First, the fault many over 40 and especially over 50 guys make is that they listen to the advice of coaches that are in their 20s or 30s. 20-year-old people can eat pizza all the week. You can train only twice a week, very hard and intensely. He can do all the wrong things and his body would still respond. I know it sucks, but that's the way it is. Now if you're over 40, and especially when you're over 50, and even more so when you're older, let's say over 60, the game changes dramatically. Never ever can a pre-40 or pre-30 guy tell an older guy what way to train to reach success, because the actual training makes up a very small portion for the older guy to get to success with a body transformation. But if you do everything right, there is a path to success for the older guy, and it's not laden with steroids. So let me tell you this narrow path to success for the older guy. There's 7 foundation rules, or let's call it principles, that you need to apply when you're an older guy. But before we get to those 7 rules, let's discuss just 3 points of importance that you need to know. Accept the fact, number 1, that your body is older and it's not going to respond like that of a 20 or 30-year-old. So be very mindful from which coaches on the internet you take advice. If that guy is not within your age group, his advice is going to be flawed for your age. Second important point, the older body, and this I've learned through and through and through, the older body only responds when everything is correctly in place. And here I'm talking about everything, the whole approach, not just the training. When even a single foundation principle is not in place, your body's response is going to be dismal at best. The third important point, start at rule 1 of the foundation rules and don't move on to rule 2 unless you've covered rule 1 completely and got it fully in place. Do not skip a foundation rule. Quickest way to disaster. Okay, now let's get to the actual foundation rule. Obviously there's going to be some guys that won't believe me, and all I can tell you is, go and try your damnedest, to find your way of building your body up when you're older, over 40, over 50, over 60, and until such time that you realize and hit your head 1,000 times, and then come back to my foundation rules. I'm not saying there's only one way to reach success. There are many roads always leading to Rome, especially in the fitness arena. But when it comes to the older body, you can't get away from the fact that everything needs to be correctly put in place before the body starts responding. Foundation rule number 1. Your journey starts, number 1, with knowing your blood testosterone levels. Guys, without you knowing what your blood testosterone level is, and it's most probably going to be low, your body is not going to grow muscle and it's not going to be able to shed fat. And there's a host of other problems that also comes with low testosterone levels. You can't go on this journey if you don't know your blood testosterone levels. And the fact that you are older, over 40, over 50 and over 60, means that your blood testosterone level is most probably going to be low. So here you got 2 choices. You either go to the doctor and get your blood testosterone tested. I recommend initially only your total testosterone levels. Or what I lately suggest to my followers, a much quicker and easy route is getting the home testosterone testing kit. Then you do the test in the comfort of your home, you mail the package off, and 5, 6, 7 days later you get your results back. Cheaper, no doctor visits, no consultation fees, and much more comfortable. Now to that effect, I've organized behind the screens for you guys a discount if you buy this kit. It's only applicable to Europe, UK and North America. Right, now you know your blood testosterone levels. So foundation rule number 2, start managing your blood testosterone levels. Only when your blood testosterone are in the upper regions of normal, now I say in the upper 20% of what's considered normal. Only then will your body start responding optimally to the input of training. For the over 40 guy, it is very important. For the over 50 guy, it is crucial. And for the over 60 guy, if you don't get that testosterone levels in the top 20% of what's considered normal, your body is not going to respond. Full stop. Right, so now you're embarking on the journey to raise your testosterone levels. Forget about all the advertisements you see out there, online and in magazines, about this wonder supplement that will raise your blood testosterone levels, and so on. Forget about it. 99.99% of these advertisements are completely false, and the product is completely worthless. Don't look into medical journals about the real-time scientific experiments that has been performed on these products. It's worthless, people. Your target is to get your blood testosterone in the top 20% of normal. So you need to follow the T-managed plan. That is your testosterone management plan. It's a systematic step-by-step approach that you follow to raise your blood testosterone levels. Guys, there's no way that I can stress this really enough. On to foundation rule number 3. Now that you've got your blood testosterone levels sorted, your third foundation rule is getting the right diet. Now, it doesn't help you just following any diet. Your diet needs to be focused on delivering the results that you're aiming at. If you want to increase your muscle size and lose fat, it needs to be structured in a way to support that goal. And that is why it's more important to first manage your blood testosterone levels to get it in the top 20%, because if you don't do that, your diet is not going to work, doesn't matter how good it is. And what really is critical is that you ensure that you eat exactly the amount of calories for the day that's specified in your diet, not less and not more. Foundation rule number 4. Now you've got your blood testosterone levels checked, you're starting to manage them, and you've got your diet in place. Now you're ready to start managing your diet. It doesn't help you having a diet in place if you don't manage it to force the results that you want to achieve. Every 14 days, you need to go through a process where you weigh yourself on a scale. You use body fat calipers to take measurements of certain key areas all over your body. And you need a measuring tape to take measurements of key places on your body. You must start keeping a logbook. These 3 readings together will give you a picture of how your body responded this 14 days compared to the previous 14 days. That is why it's so important that you stick 100% to your daily calories that's allowed. If you vary your daily calories and you don't stick to it 100%, there is no way that you can apply this scientific process to manipulate your diet to reach success. So it's critical that you need to stick exactly to your daily calories. So every 14 days, with all these measurement results, you'd get a picture of what happened to your body. Did your fat percentage go up? Did your fat percentage go down? Did your muscle size went up? Did your muscle size went down? And depending on that, you would then change your diet. Never ever do you change your diet, your daily calories, with a value of more than 10%. Otherwise, it takes too long for the body to find a balance again. And then you have to take longer than 14 days, like a month period, before you can do the body monitoring again. So never more than 10%. You can change it 2%, 3%, 5%, maximum value 10%. And always, if you've lost muscle, it means your body's in a starvation mode. It means that you're getting too little calories in for your body, and your body is trying to protect itself. So when you've lost muscle, even if your fat stayed the same, then you need to increase your daily calories to get your body out of the starvation mode. And the moment that it's out of the starvation mode, you will see things happening. That is when your fat starts dropping, maybe slowly, it doesn't matter, it's dropping. It will start dropping, and your muscles will either stay the same or it will start increasing, and that is where you want to be. So this 14-day process, you never ever drop that. Even if you think you're in the golden zone or the sweet spot, your body, because it's ever changing now, the fat is dropping, the muscles is increasing, it very quickly can go out of this sweet spot. So every 14 days you go through this process to manipulate your diet to force results. Foundation rule number 5. Now you're ready to start the training. All these other things, foundation rule number 1 to number 4, is more important than your training. It's going to have a bigger impact on your body changes than your training. The training is just now there to ignite the muscle growth. But nothing will happen if rule number 1 to 4 is not fully in place. And no, not just any training program is going to cut it. Guys, with every decade that your body gets older, it can do less intense training, meaning you cannot push it anymore to the point of failure as you did in your 20s and your 30s. And between 40 and 50 is different from between 50 and 60 and 60 and 70. You'll have to find alternative ways of bringing the muscle to failure, and not by means pushing incredibly large amount of weights. You still do pretty much the same type of training with the same type of exercises, but you will use all kind of different training techniques to bring the muscle to failure without placing excessive force on the joints and the tendons. Plus, the older guy needs to have a building and a cutting phase in place. It's critical for the older guy. Right, foundation rule number 6. Now you need to start looking at the supplements you're taking. Now, I'm pretty much a guy very much against supplements for the pure reason that 99.9% of the supplements with all these wonderful ads proclaiming how fantastic they are, that's complete and utter lies. Now, my before and after photo has been abused and stolen, and make up stories of how I used all these 100 different supplements to reach my success. So I've been abused many times over. Some of these advertisement looks so legit it's not true. So you don't trust a word you see from all these marketing ads. Very few of them has got the real science to back it up. So obviously I went through a lot of trouble to do a lot of personal investigation as to what has got the science, which supplements do have the science behind them to actually make a difference for the older guy. That is 2 aspects of supplements that the older guy will be taking. The one would be health supplements and the one would be bodybuilding supplements. Now the health supplements, you can't not invest in taking specific type of health supplements. As our bodies age, we get more frail and we regularly become sick. So you need to ensure that your body is in top health condition to minimize your off time from gym. And the bodybuilding supplements, there are very few that makes an actual difference. Now I've compiled the list for both the bodybuilding supplements and the health supplements for the older guy, and I'll put up a link for you on the screen where you can find more information as to exactly what you need and when you must take it. And each of those supplements, guys, have got solid science behind it. Now what you would notice on my list of supplements is that I don't suggest generally creatine for the older guy. Now you might ask why not? Because the fact is that creatine has got a lot of very good science behind it. So it is something that really makes a big difference. But as we age, our kidney value also starts dropping. And the problem with creatine is that it places quite a bit of strain on the kidneys. When your kidneys is very healthy, you're young, it's not an issue. The over 40 guy can still probably take creatine, but for the over 50 guy, I would caution. For the over 60 guy, I would say be very careful. The last foundation principle, and you know, a lot of people is going to shrug this off, and I call it the most important principle of them all. Whenever you apply a change in your life, if the reasoning behind the change is simply superficial, and that change requires a lot of effort, I guarantee you're going to fall flat on your face in the whole process of trying to get to your goal point. The more superficial your reasoning is to change your body or your look or whatever, the quicker you're going to give up when things start to get difficult. Because this is not an easy process, guys. For the older guy to put balls to the wall and change his whole look, his body and everything, get a fit looking muscular physique, that takes some serious action. And my philosophy goes, unless you do this to change your whole you, your inside, your outside, body, your soul and your self-respect, unless you're bettering yourself on every level as a human being to become a better person, you most probably is going to fall flat. The stakes that drive your change must not be superficial and not be skin deep. It must be something really important. For me, guys, it was a big faith journey that I also went on with this whole transformation process. I changed not just my body, I changed the whole inside. I changed how I feel about myself. I changed my integrity level, the way I treat other people. My whole being, I changed. So it's a transformation of my whole person that I went through. Now when I look in the mirror, I like the guy staring back at me. Not just the outside, but the inside as well. The world has got enough good looking jerks. You don't want to become just another good looking jerk. Do it for the right reasons. Become a better person on every level. And then you're going to reach success. Because the stakes is high. Now, of course, there's a lot of other small things like keeping your stress levels down, meaning keeping your cortisol levels down. Cortisol literally kills your testosterone levels. And then, of course, getting enough sleep in, getting at least 3 liters filtered water in a day, and cutting out processed foods. Basically, you must limit your chemical exposure. Let me give you an example. Fumes from a vehicle's engines. If you get regular exposure to inhaling the fumes, then you will find that your testosterone levels will drop and your estrogen levels will increase. And that is bad for a guy. Those guys, I guarantee you, will bring success to every older guy. But following all these 7 foundation rules, that's balls to the wall stuff. This definitely is going to separate the men from the boys. Now guys, as you would see, all my information is basically free. Now for me to help keeping my information free, please make a small donation to my site. That's the only way that I can keep the information coming and that I can keep it free. So if any of this has helped you, please make a small donation. Thank you. And then of course, for those that want to sign up to my advanced coaching system 2, that is where I work out very comprehensive blueprint system specifically for your body, your goals, and it's specifically for the older guy, incorporating all my teachings. Then check out the link on the screen. That is where you can find out more or where you can sign up. And then the last link I want to point out to you, link where you can find in one place all the supplements that I suggest for the older guys. Also the links is where you can find them online. And that is it. I hope this helped you guys. Go out, make this happen. Gert Louw van Cape Town signing off. Cheers.